Hi there and welcome, it's Tim here. Thank you so much for watching, hope you're doing really well. Have you ever sort of lacked confidence in an area of life or been nervous about trying something new? Now, this is quite a normal thing because let's be honest, before you try something new, you will always lack confidence in it because it's something you never tried before. Whether it's big or small, if you've never tried it before, your mind will create this fear in your head because it's quite a natural thing to do. Because it will be the fear of the unknown, because it's something, again, you've never tried before. Your mind doesn't know whether it's going to work out or not going to work out. So it will naturally try and stop you from doing it. And again, whether it's big or small, your mind will say, "Oh, we've not done this before. Is this right? Is this going to be safe?" But it's about trying to overcome those fears and then create the confidence in order to do it. It's like when I was a kid. I used to be when we went on family holidays. I used to be one of me and my brothers to strike up a conversation with someone, make a friend or connect with other kids, because I've always been a sort of a sociable person. Back then, I didn't really care who I was speaking to. So kids generally aren't, because they don't have that fear of society as such. Again, I've always been sort of sociable, which is something I winds up my wife quite a lot, because whenever we're out shopping, I'm quite happy to strike up a conversation with anyone. But the crazy thing, as we grow older, more into sort of like the teenage years, we somehow create a more fearful idea of speaking out to people, because the fear of not fitting in. Is what I'm going to say going to be in line with them, or it's how society tells us we should be? And we sort of create this fear in our minds that what we're going to say, provided it's obviously good, is not going to align with who they are. But as I grow even older, and I'm not that old, by the way, but you sort of feel that this doesn't actually matter. And nowadays, a lot of people see me as sort of a confident one, which on the outside, yes, I can be very confident. On the inside, I've still got that fear, but instead of allowing that fear to control me and control my future, I've kind of put it in a box somewhere and I've trained my mind to overcome that fear. Again, the only reason we've got that fear of trying something new is purely it's protecting us. It's trying to keep us safe. Now, this dates back to sort of when in the caveman sort of era, when we're getting chased by sort of tigers and saber-tooths and things like that, which, yeah, that is something to be fearful of. But the fear of trying something new, providing it's not going to hurt you, and I'm going to go through a couple of bits now, which have helped me overcome my fears and create more confidence in what I'm doing. So I've actually created these 5 different things which have actually helped me, and I want to point out they're not science-based. They are things that have helped me create more confidence in my life, and I'm hoping sharing this with you will help you create more confidence in your life. So the first one, and it's really simple and it sounds really silly, is just try. Now, like I said to you before, at one point in our lives, anyone's lives, we were all beginners. And this goes back to when we first started to walk, ride a bike. At one point, we didn't know how to do it. However, we all learn how to do it. Like, for example, when we first started to walk, we got up, we fell down, we got up, we fell down, we got up, we fell down. Who knows how many times? But then we learned how to do it. We became competent in doing it. which is another thing with confidence, is creating competence. And the only way to create competence in doing something is trying it. And this is another saying, is that like running a bike as well. We tried and tried and tried, and most of us managed to gain a skill to ride a bike. It's like one of my favourite sayings is, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Because I see so many people that get stuck at the first hurdle and think this is way too hard. Well, yeah, of course it's going to be hard. Right at the beginning, it's going to be hard. Nothing's easy to start off with. Regardless what it is, it's never easy. But it does get easier once you learn and create the competence to do it. Competence creates confidence. So that's the first one. So just give it a try. You never know. Give it a try. So the second one is, don't fear failure. And I feel sometimes in a lot of the corporate world, we have got into a culture of being scared of making mistakes because they cost money. Yes, they do sometimes. Not all the time, but they do sometimes. But the fact is, most successful people have got to where they have been by failing. A lot of them have failed their way to the top. But the difference is they've learnt from those failures. Because if we fail and fail and fail at the same thing over and over and over again, we're never learning. But if we assess what we failed at, so I've tried this way didn't work. Okay, I've failed, but no, it's not a failure, it's a lesson. So let's try it this way. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try it this way. That didn't work. Let's do it this way. Thomas Edison failed, I think he said 10,000 times when creating the light bulb. But he said he just found 10,000 ways not to do it, or 10,000 ways it didn't work, but he didn't give up. And now we have light. So don't fear failure. It's a part of the process. Again, it's how we grow as people. And this goes from not just sort of academical inventions, but it also goes to things like when you're going for that promotion, when you want to ask that guy or girl out. People think it's oh, if I ask him out, if I ask her out, oh, they're just going to reject me. They may do. But you're a lot further along than the person that doesn't try. Think, oh, what if I go for that promotion but I don't get it? That's fine. If you don't get it, learn from what you did or what you didn't do and improve for the next one. Just don't fear failure. It's part of how we grow. Now, the third one is ignore the negative people. Now I'm going to let you into a little secret here. You will always get, when you want to try something new, as you get older, and you tell people about what you want to try new, I can pretty much guarantee you will have people telling you not to do it. There will be people be telling you why not to do it. There will be people telling you you shouldn't do it. Now, most of these people are actually going to be your friends, your family, your loved ones, and they're not being horrible. They're just looking out for you because it's something they have never done. They've never seen anyone do, so they're just trying to protect you from failure. But this is from before, it's something we can't be fearful of. And again, the confidence is competence. So ignore the sort of, take on board what they say and do it anyway. Now, providing it's not going to harm anyone, what you want to achieve or what you want to learn, there's nothing really wrong with it. And again, and also some of the people that say you can't do it or it can't be done, it's just their limitations, not yours. So ignore the negatives, and as Arnie says, ignore the naysayers, because it's just their limitations, not yours. So ignore the negative people and achieve what you want to achieve. Now, the fourth one is, what is the worst that could happen? And what I mean by this is, it's a great question to ask yourself. So if you're looking to learn a new skill, go for a new promotion, ask a girl out, ask a guy out, doesn't really matter. What is the worst outcome that could possibly happen? So what you have to think is, the only thing I lack confidence in, is it going to hurt anyone? No. If it does, or if it's going to, I tend to avoid it. Is this new thing going to embarrass me? Maybe. But for how long? Are you going to remember this next week? Or in a couple of weeks or a month's time? If it's a no, then it's not going to be a worry. The truth is, if we want to try something new, unless it's going to harm anyone or affect anyone in a negative way, then there's not any real bad things that are going to happen or going to be an outcome of this. So ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen? And I bet if you think about it long enough, it's not that bad. Now, number 5 is, what is the best outcome out of this? So, you're going for a new promotion. You're fearful you might not get it. But think about what the best outcome could be. So, your best outcome could be you get the job. I want to ask that girl out. I want to ask that guy out. What's the worst outcome? They could say no. What's the best outcome? They could say yes, you can meet the love of your life. What if I want to go for this new business? What if it works out? It could change my life. It could change my family. It could change my loved ones. It could give us everything we've ever dreamed of. So instead of looking at everything in a negative way, look at what the best outcome can be. Visualize it in your mind. And this goes back from the fear of failure. So if it doesn't work, learn from those mistakes. So what's the best that could happen if I fail? I've learned a lesson. I've not failed. I've learned a lesson of how not to do it. So that's number 5. So let's go through this again. So number 1, try it. You never know, it might work out. But at least you're going to gain a skill. Second one, don't fear failure. Failure is part of the process. Failure is how we learn. 3, ignore the negative people. There are always going to be some people that say you can't do things, but it's just their limitations and not yours. But there are also people that care about you, so they're just looking out for you. So, ignore the negative people. Number 4, sorry, I can't count. What's the worst outcome? And I bet it's not as bad as you. That's what's going on in your mind. And 5, what is the best outcome? What is the best that could happen out of this? So give these a try. If they help, comment below. Let me know how you get on. But some final thoughts on this, because I truly believe confidence sometimes gets a bad rep, because some people misunderstand it. Now, confidence is not thinking that you know it all. Confidence is knowing that I don't know it all. However, I'm going to find out how. I don't know how to build that website. I don't know how to find those products. I don't know how to be a good parent. I don't know how to look after this, that. It doesn't matter. Confidence is thinking, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to find out. Arrogance is the thing that's confused with confidence. Arrogance is the bad one, but arrogance is people thinking they know it all. Arrogance is people think they know it all, and this is the people that stop growing. Because if you think you know it all, you'll stop growing. You'll stop thinking. You'll think you're God's gift, which you're not. None of us are. Well, we are. Some of us are, but confidence, again, is knowing that we don't know how to do it. We're going to find out. Arrogance is thinking that we know it all already. So, gain the confidence. Try it. Don't fear failure. Stop listening to the negative people. What is the worst that can happen? What is the best outcome? Give these a try, and I hope they serve you well. So that's it from me now. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's a load more coming soon. If you've not done already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's some more videos on there. Follow me on Facebook. If you have any questions, or if there's something that you want to see, comment below or send us a message on Facebook. I normally reply between sort of 24 to 48 hours. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day, evening or night, depending on where you're listening to this or watching this from. See you soon. Bye bye.